You know, when you really want to lose weight, but there's so much information out there and so much of it is conflicting and you don't know where to start and you try this, you try that, you never really commit to any of it. You just kind of dabble here and there. And all of this adds up into a big old ball of frustration. And you can even end up feeling pretty depressed. And I totally understand it. I've been there before when I was 30 pounds heavier than I am now. But what if you could just take one step right now, make it simple, and move forward and start seeing some results? Maybe you won't see results overnight, but that's another issue for another podcast topic. What if we just focus only on something really simple that you can commit to, and it's very, very doable? If you really want to lose weight, why not go for it, right? Welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show. Today is episode number 484. The topic? The simplest weight loss trick ever. You can start with this right now. Yay! Hello. Welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show. I am JoLynn Braley, and today I'm going to share with you the super simplest, easiest, in my opinion, it's a very easiest weight loss trick that you can do right now. You can start with this right now. You can even start with it right now as you are listening to me share this podcast with you today, this totally free weight loss podcast. If you're eating right now while you're listening to me, you can implement what I'm going to give you. But first, before we get to that, if you've never tuned in before to the JoLynn Braley Show, by way of introduction, my name is JoLynn Braley. I am the permanent weight loss coach who founded the Inner Self Diet. The Inner Self Diet heals the root of your emotional eating, your binge eating, your late night stuffing, your food obsessions, your constant, irritating, frustrating, depressing struggle to try to get yourself to do what you already know you could do, but you keep sabotaging yourself. It's like you've got this internal war going on. Part of you really wants to lose weight. The other part doesn't want anything to do with it and is fighting you tooth and nail. The Inner Self Diet solves and resolves and heals that internal struggle. And once you get your full and complete inner self on board with the weight loss that you crave, there's no more struggle. It's really, really powerful and amazing. And it's hard to believe until you experience it. And the reason that it's hard to believe is because you're not there. You are where you are right now, and that's okay. That's where you are. But if you want to actually change where you are, you've got to do something radically different to make that change. And what the mainstream diet industry cannot help you with is healing the root of your ongoing food and weight problems. If you only apply a Band-Aid, which is a new food diet, how are you ever getting to why you continue to sabotage yourself, why you continue to get in your own way, why you continue to emotionally eat, why you continue to have these urges? If you never go to the root of the problem, does it make sense, even a little bit, why you continue to struggle? Because a food diet is only 7.2% of the solution. In fact, a food diet is smaller than 7.2% of the whole solution because you've got to put physical activity, consistent physical activity within that 7.2%. 92.8% of the solution, if you really want to stop this struggle. If you're okay with the struggle, if you're okay with white-knuckling weight loss, if you're okay with boomeranging back, if you're okay with constantly second-guessing yourself and just the constant fight, then if you're okay with that, keep doing what you're doing. But if you want to have peace, if you want peace of mind, if you want freedom, if you want to feel great about yourself, if you want to raise your self-esteem, if you want to raise your self-confidence, if you want to also look your best in your jeans, if you want to be able to be normal with food, then you've got to go to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is not the food. The food is part of it. And there's also a chemical component that plays into all of this, which is why I highly recommend you get off of processed foods. And if you want to hear more on that, search in my podcast for the 2 words, eating clean, and you can find more on that. But that's still only a tiny part of the solution. If you don't have the root of the problem healed, and if you don't have your mindset on board with you, it's still going to be a struggle. And really, all you have to do is look at your own experience, look at your own lifetime of struggle with this whole problem. Okay? If a food diet could have fixed all this for you, why would you be listening to me right now? Because how many food diets, healthy food plans, how much of that information do you already have? And hey, I bet you're not stupid. I bet you're highly successful. You've got a great career. You've probably very successful in your personal relationships, probably have a great marriage or on the way to that. You know, I've been coaching awesome coaching clients, mainly women and a few cool men, since 2009. Most of my clients have been married. Some of them have been single like me, but they have boyfriends or they're dating and they're doing great in that area. The only area of their life that sucks is this area with their eating and their weight. Some of them are really stuck in shame before working with me. They are binge eating in secret. They can't stop it and they don't want anyone to know. But to the outside world, it looks like they're rocking their life. Their career's going great, got a great bank account, got great relationships, got great friends. You know, everything else is going great. But there's this secret storm of a problem which makes them feel like crap. So, like I said, if you want to have that inner peace, if you want to have freedom from the struggle, you got to go to the root of that problem. Before we get done here today, if you want my help to do that, I'll tell you what your first step is. But first, I want to get to sharing this super, super simple weight loss trick with you. It's something that you can start with. Oh, before I do that, I have something really neat that I've put together that you can get for free. It's my top 9 best ultimate weight loss tips. And if you sign up for them, they're free. All you have to do is go to JoLynnBraleyShow.com/9, enter your first name and email. I'll send you the whole list. And then over a period of 9 days, I break each one of them down for you to make it more digestible. But you get the whole list right up front. It's really cool, and I think you will love it if you want to have my top 9 weight loss tips. And the reason I put this together is to celebrate the 9-year anniversary of the JoLynn Braley Show. I launched this free weight loss podcast back in 2013, the first Thursday, the 1st January of 2013, and it's been 9 years, so I put my top 9 weight loss tips together for you. So, like I said, you can get those right now at JoLynnBraleyShow.com/9. And you can see how to spell my name when you look at this podcast you're listening to. TheJoLynnnBraleyShow.com/9. You can get that for free right now. All right, so what is this super simple weight loss trick that you can do right now? And you know what? This one is not in my list of 9 that I just told you you can sign up for at TheJoLynnBraleyShow.com/9. So this one here is something else. Okay, what is it? Here it is. It's super simple. You can do it now. It does not require that you change what you're eating, although I highly recommend that you get off of the processed foods, because that's the healthiest and easiest and fastest way to shed the weight. It's the only way that's ever worked for me. Eating clean. You get off the processed foods. The processed foods are, you know what? Literally, they're poison. They've got so much crap in them, and they set you up for an addiction to keep going back for more. That's the chemical component of this. The good news is that it only takes 3 days of eating clean to process out and clean out most of that addiction. Give it 2 weeks of eating clean, and then you're really going to be riding high, feeling great. And if you just stick with that, you got to use portion control, of course. There's a certain way to do it. But if you get off of the processed foods, I haven't known anyone who could not drop 1 to 2 pounds of fat per week living a healthy lifestyle off of the processed foods. You know what? You really should sign up for my top 9 tips to get on my email list, because there's something new that I'm going to be putting out there, and it will be very, very helpful on this entire mind, body, spirit, weight loss topic. But anyway, the processed foods thing, you got to get off of them. And you can get on my email list by getting my top 9 weight loss tips to celebrate the 9-year anniversary of the JoLynn Braley Show by going to www.thejolynnbraleyshow.com. Another alternative is, if you don't really know what I'm talking about when I say eating clean and getting off the processed foods, go get my grocery list. It's a super simple grocery list that is a list of my staple foods that I regularly buy at the grocery store. I could do it in my sleep. I learned how to eat clean. Gosh, I think it was in 2004. Before that, I didn't know anything about it. I ate out of the freezer all the time. Things like lean cuisines, all those frozen foods that are just so unhealthy. But anyway, if you want to grab my grocery list, that's another way you can get on my email list and stay updated on the new things that I've got coming out. And you'll get my grocery list in the meantime, and you can see what I mean about clean eating, whole foods versus processed foods. All right? You can get that at www.grabmygrocerylist.com. Grabmygrocerylist.com. All right, what is this super simple weight loss trick? What is it? Cut all of your portions in half. All right? So if you are so addicted to McDonald's, I had a client like this. She could not avoid the McDonald's drive-thru. Then she did the inner self diet, and she didn't even think about it anymore. Didn't go there. That's how powerful it is when you heal the root of these problems. A great way that you could raise your hope that you really could heal the root of your ongoing food and weight struggles is to search in the JoLynn Braley Show. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, search in the show for the phrase real results. And you should be able to find my special sub-series that I did, which is a collection of a few interviews from clients over the years who I've coached in the inner self diet. And you can hear them tell you in their own words what their struggles were like before they met me, and then what happened after they did my proven step-by-step system. You can find those interviews in the JoLynn Braley Show by searching for the phrase real results. And like I was saying, one of my coaching clients could not stop hitting the McDonald's drive-thru. Maybe you're the same. Maybe you're listening to my voice right now as you're going through a fast food drive-thru. Well, what I am suggesting here with this very, very, very simple weight loss trick is whatever it is that you're ordering, eat only half of it. And I understand it's going to be very difficult if you're an emotional eater or a binge eater. If you can't do it, if you find that it's too much of a struggle, then all that means is that you need to do the inner work to get to the bottom of what is getting in your way. Coaching is the fastest way out of that. But if you can get yourself to do this, whatever it is that you eat, only eat half of it and then stop. And then take the other half and put it in the refrigerator and make a deal with yourself that you won't eat that until you are physically hungry. That's another step, which is a very, very important and basic step. And it's also something that you can do without actually changing what you're eating right now. And that is just simply only eat when you're physically hungry. Stop eating when you're physically full. But this tip of eating only half, this one is a little bit less involved than paying attention to and staying very conscious of whether or not you are physically full. That takes some doing right there. So if it's just simply that you're only going to eat half of whatever it is that you're about to eat. So if you order a sandwich, you only eat half of it, and then you put the other half away and you don't eat it until later when you're physically hungry. All right? Very, very, very simple. This is something that you can start right now. Start it right now. If you are going to eat a candy bar, you only eat half of it. Okay? Now, obviously, you're not necessarily going to be shedding the weight quickly. But then maybe again, you might. I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't know how much you weigh. I don't know how much you eat. It could be a really big deal for you to cut every amount of your portions in half. Maybe that would cause you to start dropping a pound or two a week. And that's great if it does. Eventually, you'd get to a point where you would need to change what you're eating and really use some specific portion control so that you're only eating a certain amount for each meal or snack. But you're not there right now. This tip that I'm giving you here today is something that requires no preparation, no training, no background, no nothing. It's just whatever it is. If you're about to put a Stouffer's lean cuisine in the microwave, you only eat half of it. It's that simple. Why? Why would you do this? Because if you stick with it, you will start dropping some weight and inches. Are you going to feel as wonderful and have as much energy if you were to instead get off of the processed food? No. But this is a start. This is a start. Why not? Why not just do this? You know, a lot of people, they get caught up in perfectionism and they have to set up all of these things, this whole list of stuff before they could start again on Monday. And then they blow it by Monday at 3 p.m. and they say, oh, I'll start again next Monday. And that goes on for years. So they never get to their weight loss goal. All right. Why not just do this? Cut everything in half. You know what? As I'm talking right now, I remember my mom did this before, many, many years ago, and it did help her lose some weight. So, you know, why not you? Why not do it? And then beyond this, if you actually want to heal the root of what is driving you to emotionally eat and binge eat, and especially if you struggle to even just cut your portions in half, you know you need help. You know what I mean, Jean? You know. You got to get help because you can't see your own blind spots. Well, you don't have to get help. If you're okay with the struggle, then keep doing it, right? It's your life. You can do what you want. But if you want to have that inner peace, if you want to have freedom from the struggle, if you want to feel great about yourself, if you want to be able to eat like a normal person, and if you'd like to get this problem solved in 8 weeks or less, that's what I do with my coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet. If you want my help, if you want to find out if I can help you, because right now we don't know. I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't know what's going on with you unless we get on the phone and we talk. Let's find out if or how I might be able to help you in the Inner Self Diet. The first step, if you are serious about putting an end to your food and weight struggles and doing it in 8 weeks or less, If you'd love to stop wondering why you're so smart and successful in every other area of your life except for this one area, then head on over to www.discovery-session.com. Fill out a complimentary weight loss discovery session. Let's get on the phone. Let's find out if or how I might be able to help you end your food and weight struggles in 8 weeks or less in the Inner Self Diet, which is my proven proprietary step-by-step system for breaking free from the struggle. Your first step is to fill out an application at www.discovery-session.com. I wish you all the best with immediately implementing this simple, super simple, totally simple, really, really simple weight loss tip that I've given you here today to just cut everything in half, eat only half, save the rest for later, and don't eat the rest of it, the other half, until you're physically hungry. If you can implement this immediately, that is awesome. I wish you the best with it. My name is JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the Inner Self Diet, the diet that actually works. If you do it, you've got to do the steps. You can't just listen to me talk about it. Remember, if you want my help, you could fill out a complimentary weight loss discovery session for us to get on the phone, find out if or how I might be able to help you. Get started now with that at www.discovery-session.com. I wish you your best life living inside of your ideal body, feeling your best, looking your best, loving yourself. Why not, right?